Have you ever stopped to think about just how intelligent animals can be? When we think of architecture, engineering, or construction, we usually picture humans building skyscrapers, bridges, and massive cities. But out in the wild, some animals are capable of creating structures so sophisticated that they rival our own designs. Using nothing more than leaves, mud, twigs, silk, and instinct, these remarkable creatures build homes, traps, nurseries, and even works of art that serve very specific purposes. Some of these structures protect entire colonies. Others can reshape ecosystems. And one of them is so beautiful that it looks like something an underwater artist would create. Today, we're counting down 7 of the most incredible animal constructions ever found in nature. If you enjoy fascinating stories about wildlife and the hidden wonders of our planet, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There's always something amazing waiting to be discovered. Let's begin. Number 7. Weaver ant nests. High in the tropical forests of Asia, Africa, and Australia, lives one of nature's most impressive tiny architects, the weaver ant. Unlike most ants, which build their colonies underground, weaver ants construct their homes directly in the trees. But the truly incredible part is how they do it. The workers pull living leaves together, sometimes forming chains with their own bodies to bridge the gaps. Once the leaves are in position, they bring in their larvae. The larvae produce silk, and the adult ants use them like living glue guns, applying the silk to stitch the leaves together. The result is a surprisingly strong and lightweight nest made entirely from living foliage. Inside these leafy chambers are separate compartments where the colony stores food, raises its young, and protects the queen. Building in the treetops also provides a major advantage. By staying above the forest floor, the colony avoids many predators that would otherwise attack them. For creatures only a few millimeters long, the level of teamwork and engineering involved is simply extraordinary. Number 6. Sociable weaver colony nests. If apartment buildings existed in the animal kingdom, they would probably belong to the sociable weaver. Found in the dry regions of southern Africa, these small birds create one of the largest and most complex nests on Earth. But unlike most birds, which build homes for a single family, sociable weavers work together to construct giant communal nests that can house hundreds of birds at once. From a distance, these enormous structures often resemble giant haystacks hanging from trees or utility poles. The nests are made from grass, twigs, and plant fibers and can become so large that they weigh more than a ton. Inside, however, lies a masterpiece of design. The structure contains dozens of individual chambers connected by a network of tunnels and entrances. The outer layers act like insulation, keeping the nest cool during the scorching African days and warm during freezing desert nights. Some sections are even protected by thorny branches that discourage predators, such as snakes. These incredible constructions can survive for decades, with generation after generation of birds continuing to expand and maintain them. In many ways, these nests are less like bird nests and more like miniature cities. Number 5. Beaver dams and lodges. Few animals have transformed the landscape of our planet quite like the beaver. These hard-working rodents are among nature's greatest engineers, famous for building massive dams and lodges that can completely reshape entire ecosystems. A beaver begins its project by cutting down trees with its powerful teeth. The trunks and branches are then dragged into streams and rivers, where they are carefully stacked and sealed with mud and stones. Over time, the structure blocks the flow of water, creating a pond. And that's exactly what the beavers want. The newly formed pond provides protection from predators and creates the perfect environment for building their lodges, large dome-shaped homes located in the middle of the water. These lodges contain dry chambers where beavers sleep, raise their young, and stay safe from danger. Some beaver dams become so large that they can be seen from space. Even more impressive is the impact these constructions have on the environment. By creating wetlands, beavers provide habitats for fish, birds, amphibians, and countless other species. Entire ecosystems can emerge because of the work of a single family of beavers. It's no wonder these animals are often considered some of the greatest builders in the natural world. Number 4. European honey beehives. At first glance, a beehive may not seem particularly extraordinary. After all, Most of us have seen one before. But once you look closer, it becomes clear that honeybees have perfected one of the most efficient designs ever created by nature. The European honeybee builds its home using wax, produced by its own body. The hive consists of thousands of perfectly shaped hexagonal cells. These cells serve many different purposes. Some are nurseries where young bees develop, others are storage rooms filled with honey and pollen, and some function as passageways for the colony. The hexagonal shape is no accident. Mathematicians and engineers have long admired this design because it allows bees to store the maximum amount of material while using the least amount of wax. It's an engineering solution so efficient that human designers still study it today. Each hive functions like a living city, with thousands of individuals working together in perfect coordination. Every bee has a specific role, and every cell serves a purpose. What seems like a simple honeycomb is actually one of the greatest examples of natural engineering ever discovered. If you're enjoying this countdown so far, take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel and lets us continue bringing you incredible stories from the natural world. Now, let's continue. Number 3. Common tailorbird nests. Imagine building your home by sewing leaves together. That sounds impossible, but for the common tailorbird, it's simply another day at work. This tiny bird, found across South and Southeast Asia, is famous for its remarkable nest-building abilities. The female begins by selecting the perfect leaves. Then she pierces the edges, using her beak, and threads plant fibers, or spider silk, through the holes. In effect, she literally sews the leaves together. Once the outer structure is complete, the inside is lined with soft feathers and plant material to create a safe and comfortable nursery. The finished nest is hidden among the foliage, making it difficult for predators to find. For such a small bird, the precision involved is astonishing. The tailorbird's nest is one of the clearest examples that sophisticated craftsmanship isn't limited to humans. Nature has its own master seamstresses. Number 2. Ovenbird clay nests across South America. Lives a bird famous for constructing one of the strongest nests in the avian world. Known as the Rufous hornero, or simply the ovenbird, this remarkable species creates homes that look like miniature clay ovens. The birds gather mud, grass, roots, and plant fibers and slowly shape them into thick, durable walls. Building a single nest can take weeks. The male and female work tirelessly together, carrying hundreds of small loads of mud and carefully molding them into shape. Inside, the nest contains a protected chamber where eggs can be safely incubated. These structures are incredibly tough. They can withstand heavy rain, strong winds, and harsh weather conditions that would destroy many ordinary nests. Some abandoned nests even become homes for other bird species after the original builders move on. The ovenbird's nest is more than a shelter. It's an architectural masterpiece made entirely from earth and determination. Number 1. Japanese pufferfish. Sand circles. Deep beneath the water surrounding Japan lies one of the most astonishing works of art ever created by an animal. And surprisingly, the artist is a small pufferfish. Male Japanese pufferfish spend days constructing enormous geometric circles on the ocean floor. Using only their fins and mouths, they carefully move sand and sediment to create intricate ridges and valleys, arranged in a perfectly symmetrical pattern. Some of these circles measure nearly 7 feet across. But these stunning creations aren't just beautiful. They serve a very important purpose. The males build them to attract females. The elaborate design helps channel water currents toward the center of the circle, where fine sediment accumulates, and creates an ideal location for eggs. Females inspect these underwater masterpieces carefully before choosing a mate. Only the most impressive builders earn the chance to reproduce. It's difficult to believe that such complex and artistic structures are created by a fish, yet these mysterious circles remain one of the greatest examples of creativity and engineering found anywhere in nature. From ants that sew living leaves together to fish that create giant underwater masterpieces, the animal kingdom never stops surprising us. These incredible constructions remind us that intelligence and creativity come in many forms, and sometimes the greatest architects on Earth aren't human at all. So, which of these amazing animal structures impressed you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's journey into the wonders of nature, Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.